Virgo, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to just start here, jumping right in with your current energy. Let's find out what's influencing you and what you need to focus on. Your past. I knew that was going to come up with for somebody today. All day, I've had Seven of Swords in my, would pop in to my thoughts at random, and you got it in your past position. What else is influencing this situation? Tell me about your hopes or fears. And your potential outcome. This doesn't surprise me at all. So you are actually sitting at a crossroads right now. There are some choices that you need to make, and I can see that here looking at the bottom of the deck with the Seven of Cups. So there's something here drawing your attention. This feels like something that you've kind of been, I want to say, putting to the side. It's like you know that you've needed to make a choice, but at the same time you're not ready. You haven't been ready in the past to make this choice, but now it feels like you're not going to have much of a choice but to make this choice, if that makes sense. It might not. Let me get through some of this reading here. I'm getting a little tongue-tied speaking to you right now, Virgo, so you might not have some clear thoughts, because I definitely was much clearer in the last reading. So your energy right now is the Queen of Swords in reverse, and it's being influenced by the Nine of Wands. So this feels like something that you're keeping to yourself. You feel your walls are up. This feels very connected to these choices. Your walls are up. You know that you need to say something. You know that when the time comes, there's going to be something that you need to let go of. Whether that is an old way of thinking, or it's a current situation, like whatever it is, whether it's an old situation, current situation, there's something here that you know you need to let go of, but you're not ready to do it. You haven't been ready to do it. And that's why your walls are up, because what you don't want is somebody else telling you the decision you need to make. Focusing here, Five of Swords, what is coming off of this card is, what is it that you really want? What do you really need? At the base of everything, what is it that you're really looking for? And be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. This Seven of Swords sitting in the past position feels like you may not have always been completely honest with exactly what it is that you're looking for to yourself. There may be things where, I'm going to say, if it is a work situation where you told yourself you really wanted that promotion, but when the time came, or when you really thought about it more, the demanding hours, against the increase in pay wasn't really going to be it for you. You wanted more of a work-life balance. And this is just a hypothetical, but it's kind of along those lines. Like you weren't really being completely honest with yourself on what you wanted, or really maybe even thinking through how a situation would play out. If you got what you wanted, do you really get what you want? Here, Four of Pentacles sitting in your strength position. So again, this feels very connected to this Five of Swords. What is it that you really want? And this is what you're being encouraged to focus on, but this is also your strength. Your strength is in building that foundation that you're looking for. What is it that you need in order to be true to yourself? Your near future, Ten of Swords. This feels very connected to something that you need to let go of. There's something here, whatever this choice is, something about this choice relates to your past, and that has caused you a lot of pain. And this is something that you need to work through, and it feels like you need to open up. You need to let somebody else in, whether it's like a really good friend, confidant, or it's somebody you're in a romantic relationship with. It feels a lot like if you just opened up and you just told people what you were really thinking, what you were really feeling, and what your real options were in front of you, even though you don't necessarily want somebody else's input, you might actually benefit from it. We do have here the Six of Cups. There is something here about your past. Definitely something here about your past. This feels very much like a then and now situation. We've got Death card here in reverse. So you are transforming. This is an ending that has to happen. This is something, there is something here from your past that you do need to release. You haven't been really ready to release it yet. Hopes or fears, we have the Sun card here in the upright. So not surprised. Everybody wants to be happy. I mean, I don't know anybody who wants to live their life and be miserable, but that's your hope. You really want to kind of move through all of these things that have been happening to you, and you want to be happy again. We do have the Ace of Wands here in the reverse sitting in your potential outcome. So it doesn't feel like right now you're taking a lot of action when it comes to this situation. It feels very much like it's still kind of in the thought process staging for you. So thinking through exactly what you need to do before you act on it, that's where you are. Tell me about the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Nine of Wands in the upright for Virgo. Eight of Wands. Again, communication. There's something here. There's something here. Like I said, it feels like you're not communicating. You're trying to keep something to yourself. This is, whatever your options are, you do have to make a choice in the near future. The Eight of Wands, they happen fast. This is something that is quick. It's incoming. You might learn something new about one of these choices that you need to make, or you might have some sort of realization hit you. Something is going to come out of the blue, and it's going to kind of make this choice very clear to you, which path you need to go down. Tell me about this Five of Swords here for Virgo. We have the Nine of Wands in reverse. So right now that's influencing you in the upright. I'm getting it now in the reverse. So focus in on what you need. What is it that you really need? Let your guard down. Let yourself be vulnerable. Let yourself accept what's coming towards you. Whatever you need, allow it to enter your life. Because you've been building this wall around you, and you haven't been letting, so if it's a romantic relationship and you want something serious with somebody, you've been holding back for whatever reason. There's something here where you just felt like you needed to protect yourself. It doesn't feel like something the other person did. It feels very much like a protection mechanism. And so now the universe is trying to tell you, look, if you really want to be in this serious relationship, you're going to have to let somebody in. Now's the time to let your guard down. Tell me about the Seven of Swords, because the way that you've been doing things is it's not going to give you what you want. Actually, I have two. Interesting. So the two cards that came out were the Tower in reverse, and I also got the Nine of Swords in the upright. So believe it or not, by not being honest with yourself, you're causing yourself a lot of pain. This Tower moment has been trying to happen for you. But I think because you're aware enough of what's happening around you that you saw the signs that things needed to shift in your life. And so you're allowing some of the shift to take place, but kind of on your terms. You're not really allowing the universe to kind of just step in, and you're not willing to completely surrender everything to this process. It's something where it's a slow opening for you, where you're going to let a little bit in at a time. But the way that you've been doing things isn't giving you the outcome that you're looking for. At least not the way until now, up until now. So we have the Four of Pentacles being clarified with the Knight of Pentacles. So this feels a lot like you're reevaluating your foundation. What is it that you really need? What is it that you really want? You're kind of in that phase. That's where your strength lies, and really kind of figuring out at the base of you, what is it that you want? Tell me about the Ten of Swords here. We have the Seven of Wands clarifying this Ten of Swords. There is something here related to your past that you do need to overcome. I'm I'm trying to find the right way to describe it, because the energy that is coming off this card feels a lot like you've been just constantly battling something here. I feel very strongly that this has been an uphill battle for you. It's like you're making progress and then you take a step back, and you make 2 steps forward, another step back. And it's one of those things where once and for all, you need to just address these underlying issues and allow the healing to happen. So with the 6 of Cups in the upright, we have the 4 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, there's something here about your past that did not give you what you wanted. Things weren't working the way that you thought they would. I'm gonna see, let's find out about the Death card. Page of Swords. It's very interesting because this feels a lot like it's a communication. But again, I'm getting a lot of battle. I'm getting a lot of kind of just this internal conflict. And it could be external too, to an extent, but it feels a lot like it's an internal conflict. Like you're really kind of holding yourself back. You're not allowing yourself to move forward because you're afraid of the unknown. Tell me about the Sun. We have the Fool here in reverse. So you want to be happy, but you have this fear of just kind of starting over. There's a lot of comfort in keeping with the way things have been for you, the way the way you always handled a situation, or the way that you always expected your life to be. There's a comfort there in having that old structure, but you're resisting this change in structure that is necessary in order for you to move forward. Tell me about this Ace of Wands in reverse. We have the 6 of Swords here in the upright. So there is going to be, there is something here that you need to act on. You need to be able to put the past behind you. You need to move away from whatever it is that's been holding you back. Even though you may not be ready to take those steps, internally, you need to get to the place where you're going to get to a point soon where you can take those steps. Let me see, any last messages from the universe? So the card that came out for you was Gates of Triumph. Success expands in your life. So this feels a lot like what you're trying to go through. You're trying to go through these gates, but you've been closing yourself off and they're opening for you. So it's time to walk through those, Virgo. Time to walk through those gates. So Virgo, I hope you like this reading. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.